Welcome to class. Today we're going to solve a rational equation using cross-multiplying, multiplying binomials with Punnett squares, and factoring with the x method. So here's the problem we're working on. -2 divided by x minus 3 is equal to x plus 9 divided by x plus 21. So before we start cross-multiplying, we need to look at the denominators. The denominators are the expressions on the bottom of the fractions. In this problem, the denominators are x minus 3 and x plus 21. In math, we are not allowed to divide by 0. If the denominator equals 0, the entire fraction becomes undefined. So the very first step is to figure out what values of x would make each denominator equal to 0. So if we look at the first denominator here, x minus 3, and we set that equal to 0, x minus 3 is equal to 0, add 3 to both sides, and x is equal to 3. This means if x equals 3, the denominator becomes 0. This whole thing is going to become 0. So x equals 3 is not allowed. We don't want x to equal 3. And if you look at the right side here, x plus 21, and we set that equal to 0, we subtract 21 on both sides, and x is equal to negative 21. This means that if we let x equal 21, so if we let this x equal negative 21, the denominator becomes 0, right? This is going to become 0, and that is not allowed. We check for these values first because even if we solve the entire equation correctly, any answer that makes the denominator 0 must be thrown out. So we now know ahead of time that x cannot be 3 and x cannot be negative 21. So at the very end, if we get anything that says x equals 3 or x equals negative 21, we know that's not going to be a solution for x. All right, so now we can actually start solving for x. So let me go ahead and rewrite the equation again. So we had, rewrite it again, -2 divided by x minus 3 equals x plus 9 divided by x plus 21. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do cross multiply. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply x minus 3 to both sides of the equal sign. When you have x minus 3 divided by x minus 3, it gives you 1. And then 1 times negative 2 is just going to give you negative 2. So we have negative 2 on this side is equal to x plus 9 times x minus 3 divided by x plus 21. So we're going to go ahead and multiply this out using the Punnett square. So we're going to go ahead and simplify this using the Punnett square. So let's go ahead and multiply it out. So x plus 9, x minus 3, x times x is x squared. X times 9 is 9x. Then I'm going to move on to the next one. Negative 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times 9 is negative 27. All right, so we're going to end up having like terms right here in our diagonals. So 9x minus 3x is going to give us 6x. So we end up having -2 equals x squared plus 6x minus 27 divided by x plus 21. From here, we're going to go ahead and multiply both sides by x plus 21. Both sides of the equal sign. X plus 21. We're going to be left with x squared plus 6x minus 21, because again this becomes 1. X plus 21 divided by x plus 21 is just 1, is equal to, we're going to go ahead and distribute the negative 2 to everything inside the parentheses. So negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 21 is negative 42. From here, we want 0 on the left side. We want this side to be 0. So we're going to go ahead and add 2x to both sides of the equation. And we're left with negative 42 is equal to x squared plus 8x minus 27. We're going to go ahead and add 42 to both sides of the equal sign. And we are left with 0 equals x squared plus 8x plus 15. All right. Before we can go ahead and solve for x, we're going to have to factor using the x method. So we're going to go ahead and label this as A, B, C. So we're going to do 8 times C on top, A times C, and then B on the bottom. So A times C, A is 1 times C, which is 15. It's just going to give you 15. So we have 15 on top, and then your B is 8. So what two numbers can I multiply together that would give me 15, but when I add the two numbers, give me 8? Now, if this is a difficult part for you to do, you can always Google it. What are the factors of 15, right? But 3 and 5 work here. So, because 3 times 5 is 15, and if you add 3 plus 5, it gives you 8. So I'm going to take these two numbers and I'm going to replace it with our middle term in here. So now we have, so again, I'm taking the 3 and 5 and replacing that with our middle term. So we have 0 equals x squared plus 3x plus 5x plus 15. I'm going to go ahead and group them. Here is my first group and my second group. So what can I factor out of the first group here? As you can see, they both have an x there, so I'm going to go ahead and factor out an x. So 0 equals x, and we're left with x plus 3. We're going to go ahead and rewrite x plus 3 on this side. What can I multiply x by to get 5x? That's going to be 5. 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 3 is 15. We're going to factor one more time here. You can see that they both have an x plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and factor out an x plus 3, and we are left with an x and a 5. So x plus 5. We're going to set each of them equal to 0. So each group equal to 0. So x plus 3 is equal to 0. And x plus 5 is equal to 0. We're going to subtract 3 to both sides, and we get x equals negative 3. And then we're going to subtract 5 to both sides, and x equals negative 5. So our solutions are going to be negative 3 and negative 5. And if you guys remember from the beginning of the video, we noticed that x could not be 3 or negative 21. And our answers are actually negative 3 and negative 5. So we're good. Neither one of these two solutions will make our denominator 0. So we're good. So our final answer is going to be negative 3 and negative 5. Thanks for watching. If you want more step-by-step Algebra 2 videos, make sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next lesson.